The ton or metric ton is a non-SI metric unit of mass equal to 1,000 kilograms, or 1 megagram. It is equivalent to approximately 2,204.6 pounds. 1.10 short tons or 0.984 long tons. Although not part of the SI per se, the ton is accepted for use with SI units and prefixes by the International Committee for Weights and Measures, along with several other units like the bar, liter and day. Symbol and abbreviations. The SI symbol for the ton is T, adopted at the same time as the unit itself in 1879. Its use is also official within the United States, having been adopted by the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology. It is a symbol, not an abbreviation, and should not be followed by a period. Informal and non-approved symbols or abbreviations include T, mount, and mount. Some of these are actually SI symbols for other units. T is the SI symbol for the Tesla and mount is the SI symbol for megatons, if describing TNT equivalent units of energy. This is equivalent to 4.184 petajoules. Origin and spelling. In French and all English-speaking countries that are predominantly metric, ton is the correct spelling. It is usually pronounced the same as ton, tn, but when it is important to clarify that the metric term is meant, rather than short ton, the final e can also be pronounced tn. In Australia, it is also pronounced tn. Before metrication in the UK, the unit used for most purposes was the imperial ton of 2,240 pounds avoirdupois, equivalent to 1,016 kilograms, differing by just 1.6% from the ton. The UK Weights and Measures Act 1985 explicitly excluded from use for trade many units and terms, including the ton and the term metric ton. In the United States, metric ton is the name for this unit used and recommended by NIST. An unqualified mention of a ton almost invariably refers to a short ton of 2,000 pounds, and ton is rarely used in speech or writing. Ton and ton are both derived from a Germanic word in general use in the North Sea area since the Middle Ages to designate a large cask, or tun. A full tun, standing about a meter high, could easily weigh a ton. An English ton of wine weighs roughly a ton, 954 kilograms if full of water, a little less for wine. The spelling ton predates the introduction of the SI in 1960. It has been used with this meaning in France since 1842, when there were no metric prefixes for multiples of 106 and above, and is now used as the standard spelling for the metric mass measurement in most English-speaking countries. In the United States, the unit was originally referred to using the French words milliard or tonneau, but these terms are now obsolete. The imperial and U.S. customary units comparable to the ton are both spelled ton in English, though they differ in mass conversions. 1 ton is equivalent to metric SI 1 megagram equal to 700610000000000000000 million grams or 70031000000000000 1000 kilograms. Megagram mg is the official SI unit. Mg is distinct from mg milligram pounds. Exactly 1,000 zeroths, 453,592.37 pounds, or approximately 7003100000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000 18474 short tons, or approximately 70011023113111111 Street. 1 short ton is exactly 7002907184740000000 0.907184740 T. Imperial long tons exactly 1/1/016046988 long tons, or approximately 6999984206527600000 0.98420652760 lt. 1 long ton is exactly 700310160469088 1.01604699088 t. Derived units. For multiples of the ton, it is more usual to speak of thousands or millions of tons. Kiloton, megatons, and gigaton are more usually used for the energy of nuclear explosions and other events, often loosely as approximate figures. When used in this context, there is little need to distinguish between metric and other tons, and the unit is spelt either as ton or ton with the relevant prefix attached. Asterisk. The equivalent units columns use the short-scale large number naming system currently used in most English-language countries, e.g., 1 billion equals 1,000 million equals 1 billion. Values in the equivalent short and long tons columns are rounded to 5 significant figures. See conversions for exact values. Though non-standard, the symbol kt is also sometimes used for knot, a unit of speed for seagoing vessels, and should not be confused with kiloton. Alternative usage. A metric ton unit can mean 10 kilograms within metal trading, particularly within the U.S. It traditionally referred to a metric ton of ore containing 1% of metal. In the case of uranium, the acronym MTU is sometimes considered to be metric ton of uranium, meaning 1,000 kilogram. In the petroleum industry, the ton of oil equivalent is a unit of energy. The amount of energy released by burning 1 ton of crude oil, approximately 42 gigajoules. There are several slightly different definitions. A gigaton of carbon dioxide equivalent is a unit used by the UN Climate Change Panel (IPCC) to measure the effect of a technology or process on global warming. Use of mass as proxy for energy. The ton of trinitrotoluene is used as a proxy for energy, usually of explosions. Prefixes are used. Kiloton, megaton, gigaton, especially for expressing nuclear weapon yield, based on a specific combustion energy of TNT of about 4.2 megajoules per kilogram. Hence, 1 knot TNT equals 4.2 terajoules, 1 mount TNT equals 4.2 petajoules. The SI unit of energy is the joule. Assuming that a TNT explosion releases 1,000 small calories per gram, 1 ton of TNT is equivalent to 4.2 gigajoules. Unit of force. Like the gram and the kilogram, the ton gave rise to a force unit of the same name, the ton force, equivalent to about 9.8 kilonewtons. A unit also often called simply ton or metric ton, without identifying it as a unit of force. In contrast to the ton as a mass unit, the ton force or metric ton force is not acceptable for use with SI, partly because it is not an exact multiple of the SI unit of force, the Newton.